Welcome to the What to Play podcast. I'm your host, Jacob. Lucas could not be here this week because of prior commitments, so I'm going solo once again. Now, we're recording this before Christmas, so happy holidays to you and yours, and thank you for welcoming us into your home. Let's recap what happened in Week 16. Let's start off with the New England Patriots, who played the Baltimore Ravens. Last week we started with the Cowboys. This week, let's start with the Ravens and the Patriots game. This game, people got to figure this out at some point. When a Mike Vrabel-led team only wins by 4 points, that's a blowout game for them. That's always going to be a blowout game. Watch the game. I only looked at the box scores. If you've only looked at box scores, you'll say it's a close game. I've had family members tell me, it was a close game, it was close. No. Watch the game. It wasn't close at all. Not at all. You know what happened in this game? Physical toughness, running the football. When Drake May had to make throws, he was making them. What has been the recipe the whole year? Physical toughness, running the football, Drake May making those when he needs to, and great defense. They had that in this game. That is the recipe for success. And if you look, it's dangerously close to the 2000 Patriots. It's dangerously close. Great defense, physical toughness, have the quarterback make those when he needs to, and run the football. That is what they are. Vrabel sees that. He's inspired by that. That's what they do. Every time. It is what they do. Run the football, play great defense, be physical, and allow the quarterback to make those when he needs to. Have the quarterback make his throws. That's it. That is their recipe. It's always been. The Ravens had a similar recipe. Physical toughness, run the football, have a quarterback make some throws, and play great defense. That's their recipe. They haven't done it this year. They haven't run the football with success. When they have handed the ball to Derrick Henry, it's worked, but they just don't do it. Don't know why. They just don't do it. They keep trying to make it a pass-happy offense. They don't have the weapons to make it a pass-happy offense. Their defense has not been very good. It's been better. It has been better. But you are at the bottom of the league. You were 32nd in the league at one point with your defense, and that was bottom compared to the Cowboys defense, which has been terrible the whole year. The Bengals defense has been terrible the whole year. The Saints defense, which hasn't been very good the whole year. And the Ravens were on the bottom of that. Then they had some okay opponents, and their defense went up in the rankings. That's what happened. It's still a bad defense. It's still bad. Just because your opponents are last doesn't mean your defense is better. It doesn't work that way, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm not trying to be disrespectful at all. They just haven't been good. That's this Ravens team right now. They could not cover Stephon Diggs. They could not cover him. They really couldn't stop the run game with Ramondre Stevenson. They couldn't stop it. Didn't matter what they did. They just couldn't stop it. The offensive line, which has probably been the weakest part of this Patriots team, played really well. Like, when you have the weakest part of your team playing well, that's a good sign. That's a very good sign. If you want to give anyone the best credit of the game, you got to give it to Stephon Diggs. You have to give it to Drake May. You have to give it to that defense that has played really well with a lot of young faces. You have a good mix of veteran guys, a good mix of young guys, including your safety that's led by Woodson and Hawkins. Those two guys are performing. They're making plays. That's what you want. That is what you want. Those are younger guys making plays. That shows what you're showing, what you're telling them to do works, and they're going to respond to that. It's very hard to do that. The reason the Patriots won this game, they believe in their coach. They believe in what they're doing. They believe that they can be physical, and they are dominating games. That is basically as quickly as I can describe it. Now, they play the Jets. They're 12.5-point favorites. The Jets, more people need to be fired. You fired Steve Wilkes, the defensive coordinator. That didn't work. You got crushed again because you can't figure out this. It's not just one side of the ball. It's everything. That goes to the head coach. The offense doesn't work. The defense doesn't work. They can't get a stop. They're slow to attack. And it probably was their defense was better at one point, but their offense is so abysmal. You have to make changes. And firing Zeke will, again, he's going to get scapegoated, sure. But that defense is bad. You trade away two of your best players, two of your cornerstone pieces, and we're not expecting it to be bad. Of course it's bad. You have to build this. This was not a good roster. You have too much talent, and you got rid of it to try to get more picks, which you got, but it's going to be hard to build this in a year. You're going to need multiple years, multiple great free agency classes, and multiple great draft classes. It's going to be very difficult. Will Aaron Glenn be around that long? We need to ask that question because they haven't played well. They have not played well, and I'm curious to see, are they playing for him or are they playing for me? Are they playing for themselves or are they playing for him? We'll have to wait and see about that. Give me the Patriots to win that one easily, 31-6. Now let's talk about the Dallas Cowboys and their game against the Los Angeles Chargers. Chargers beating them 34-17 in their house. The Cowboys lost in their house. The Chargers, look, Justin Herbert played awesome. He didn't get sacked. That's a testament to that offensive line. Made some great throws. The touchdown to Quentin Johnston, where he just one-hands it. It's good coverage. It's just a better throw and a better catch. Not much you can do there. As Dan Marino once said, you can't defend a perfect throw. You can't defend a perfect pass. It's what they do. It was a great throw, great catch, touchdown. It's what it is. The one that led McConkey, where he was wide open, that was bad. They ran the ball well. Hampton ran the ball well. Herbert, when he had to run, ran pretty well. They played great defense all game long. They held the fourth-ranked offense to 17 points. That's good. You got to give massive credit to that defense, led by Jesse Minter. That's a great performance right there. That was a great game all around for all those guys. It really was. For the Cowboys, every week we talk about the same thing. This defense is bad. We talk about it every week. It's an every week occurrence. They can't play. Period. That's it. There's no further way I can go. They were bad. The first touchdown, Savon Raffles in good position. But he got benched later on in that game. They targeted him and he got benched. They put Triquez Bridges out there. That didn't work. Trayvon Diggs, oddly enough, was the best corner you had. He hadn't played in 9 weeks. And he didn't play great. They didn't count the touchdown against him, oddly. But they targeted him 4 times. The receivers that he was playing against caught 4 passes for 43 yards. That's pretty much all you can say. It was just, nothing was good. They blitzed more. They did. They blitzed a lot more. They did. It's just, you can't get pressure. But there's dumb things that Eberflus in this system is doing. There was a play they spied Donovan Ezeraku. Why? He's your pass rusher. Why? It just doesn't make any sense. It's not smart defense. And Drew Brees was trying to say, well, it's because of all the injuries they've had. The communication's been off. I get that. But that's something you say in September or October. This is December football. And you have veteran guys playing. The only one that should have been messing up as consistently as he was Savone Rebel. And really, he should have been getting it a little bit. But he's a rookie. That's why I was saying he's okay with messing up. Because he's a rookie. He doesn't know better. Think of it like this. Your kid tries to zip up his jacket for the first time or button his jacket for the first time. And he puts the wrong buttons in the place of the jacket. So the jacket's all a little distorted. You have the first buttons in the second hole, the second buttons in the third, and vice versa. It's all mixed up. And then you realize, okay, the kid's getting it. He understands you gotta put the buttons in this spot and in that spot. He just doesn't have which one it's supposed to go in. Yeah, but he will get there. Savone Revel's kind of in that position of he was trying to button his own jacket and he put the buttons in the wrong spot. That's all. But Trayvon Diggs, who hasn't played in 9 weeks, he should have known what he was supposed to do. But you also have to give him a pass because he's been off for 9 weeks. The safeties, they're supposed to know what they're supposed to do in those situations. Reddy Stewart's supposed to know what he's supposed to do. This is an on-again occurrence. And it keeps getting worse. You have all these people. And they keep doing this. It's getting bad. I look at this and I keep saying to myself, how can they even think about keeping Eberflus around? You can't. You moved him to the box thinking that would work and it didn't. It was bad. This is your 8th game in 16 weeks. You've given up 30 plus points in nearly half of your games. You can't play. You seriously can't play defense. Nothing worked. Nothing worked. It doesn't work. You got to do something else. It's that simple. Do something else. Figure out something else because this doesn't work. And it's tiring because you look at the offense. You have great pieces. We said this on Monday's show. We did. We said on Monday, he has a 1,000-yard rusher. He has 2 1,000-yard wide receivers. In any other circumstance, those teams go to the playoffs, except one. 2019, when the Cowboys had Michael Gallup, Amari Cooper, Zeke Elliott. Dak had 4,000 yards, 1,000 rushing yards for Zeke, 2 1,000-yard receivers for Amari Cooper and Michael Gallup, respectively. And the Cowboys missed the playoffs. They went 8-8. You can't play that way if you have such a bad defense. It doesn't work. It never works. Why are we trying to put a square peg in the round hole? I don't understand it. It doesn't work. You can't stop the run. You gave up over 150 yards on the ground. You can't stop a pass. Every time you play an opposing quarterback, they have their best game, if not ever, of the season. It's either of the season, if not ever. They always do this. They always do this. It's a crazy thing. You cannot tell me that. And your linebackers are in the wrong spot. Matt Eberflus's one claim to fame is his ability to make linebackers better. Every time Kenneth Murray's on the field, he runs to the sideline. He doesn't know where he's going. He's a Tasmanian devil. He doesn't know what he's doing, but he's going there fast. But he takes himself out of the play. Every time. You can't play football that way. It's a liability to have Kenneth Murray on the field. It's a liability to have Dante Fowler on the field against the run. It's a liability to have Sam Williams on the field against the run. So why are they on the field against the run? Why is Kenneth Murray on the field, period? It doesn't make sense. This is something you figure out in September, and they're only figuring this out in December. Can't be this bad, guys. Can't be this bad. Let's move on to the game on Christmas Day between the Dallas Cowboys and the Washington Commanders. -7. Cowboys are favored by 7. This is going to be what I assume is Josh Johnson, who hasn't played a full NFL game since the COVID year. It's the truth. If I remember correctly, that was with the Jets. That's how bad it was. Prior to the game where he had to go in against the Eagles, he was 3 of 5 in passing the last 4 years. You should win this game if you're the Cowboys, but it hurts your draft position if you did. This game if Josh Johnson at 39 years old, has his career game against this defense, Matt Eberflus won't be able to go leave Washington, D.C. He just won't be able to, which I assume is what's going to happen, because I can't trust this defense. Give me the Commanders. They go on the road. The Commanders are at home. The Cowboys go on the road, and the Cowboys lose in embarrassing fashion on Christmas Day. Give me the Commanders. They win big, 24-10, because I think this Cowboys team has just given up as a defense. But let me know in the comments who you have winning this week. And also, at what point do you fire Matt Eberflus? Let me know in the NFL